Welcome to Between Two Rooks. Today is May 14th, the birthday of the first world chess champion, Wilhelm Steinitz. And we're gonna celebrate his birthday by watching one of his beautiful games. So let's get started. Here, Steinitz was black and his opponent decided to play Scotch Gambit. They played d4 and after pawn takes, white played bishop c4. So this is the Scotch Gambit. Steinitz played bishop c5. And for white to be ambitious and to do something for the sacrifice pawn, they need to play pawn to c3. But instead, white castled, so white doesn't really have any advantage in this position anymore. Steinitz continues developing d6, c3, and now he plays bishop to g4. And that means that white cannot take on d4 because we have knight to d4. This knight is pinned and our position is already very good. So instead, white plays queen b3 here, complicating the position, attacking b7 and f7 pawns. So you can pause the video and I recommend doing it to get something new from the game and improve better to make it more educational. So pause the video and think of what you would do in this position. So Steinitz decided to take on f3 and he was okay with bishop f7, sacrificing his castling. So now black king has to move, but after king f8 the black king is still safe and white king would have to ruin his pawn structure. So maybe that would be easier to attack the white king here. If white takes right away, then black has pawn takes c3 and after knight takes, knight to d4 attacking f3, queen b3, and since queen protects the bishop on f7, white is in a dubious position. So instead, after king f8, white decided to trade this bishop right away, bishop to g8, rook takes, and now they took on f3. So here's our second moment. I recommend pausing the video and thinking of what you would do in this position. So Steinitz noticed that his rook is in front of this king, and without further ado, he played pawn to g5, prolonging his file for the rook with some ideas to play g4 in the future, opening the file, or maybe maneuvering his rook to h6 to start the attack on the h file. So after g5, white plays queen e6, trying to use the fact that the black king is also not castled, but Steinitz is not scared of it. Steinitz plays knight to e5, bringing his knight closer to the center and to the white king, attacking f3 square. Here, white plays queen to f5 check, and I really like that Steinitz played king to g7. Even though g5 pawn is hanging twice, it's being attacked 2 times, black is okay because white doesn't want to take the pawn. If white does, king goes to h8, that's a pin, and black is winning. So that would be terrible. After king g7, white doesn't want to take on g5. They trying to remove their king from this dangerous file by playing king h1, and pause again and tell me what you would do with black. Steinitz plays king h8, he also removes his king from that file, and he makes his king super safe and sound in the corner, and I really like this idea. He did have a chance to castle, but he saved his king in an artificial way. So his route with the king was from e8 to f7, g7, and h8, and this is super cool, because now the king is safe, and there is nothing white can do about it. White plays rook to g1, trying to attack the g5 pawn, but black is not scared, and they push g4, pushing the pawn even further, opening the files, creating some threats for the white king. And this is so cool because the pawn is protected only twice and it's being attacked 3 times. But white doesn't want to take the pawn. If they do, black has enough time to bring the queen to h4 and then bring the rook to f8, attacking the queen and then maybe attacking the pawn on f2 and threatening the checkmate. So white is really scared after g4 and they play f4, which is not even better than taking the pawn. Steinitz finds a cool spot for the knight. Knight to f3, It's super hard to make the knight go away from f3, and the knight attacks h2 square, threatening queen h4 and then queen h2 checkmate. And also knight attacks the rook, so white decides it's time to take on g4, and now pause and think, try to find what Steinitz did. Steinitz played queen h4, a brilliant queen sacrifice. It attacks the checkmate on h2, and if rook takes, rook g1 checkmate. So white doesn't want to take, but what can they do? They have to protect from the checkmate on h2. They play rook to g2 and pause for the last time. Steinitz sacrifices his queen again, queen h2, check. And now white is forced to take the queen. After they do it, rook g1 checkmate. That was a very beautiful game, and there are so many things we can learn from it, but I recommend naming one thing to yourself, or you can write it in the comments down below, a new thing that you learned from this game, or maybe something that you really liked. And hopefully you enjoyed the game, and happy birthday to Wilhelm Steinitz.